Okay, so just quickly going to run over a few things. The reason why I'm getting this kind of video out of the way now is because I want to vlog for a long time. MotoVlog, it's kind of the thing I do. They'll be at random increments unless I can, you know, kind of work out the schedule, but it doesn't necessarily work like that. And I'm getting these bits out of the way first because then the future videos will not be unanswered, let's say. So, you know, I'll be talking about something, you'll be like, what the fuck is he on about? And it turns out that I've mentioned it in a future video or something like that. Okay, so MotoVloggers influenced me on riding. And I'm going to develop on this because recently with one of my favourite MotoVloggers, Spicer110, there's been a bit of a ruckus about him and his mirrors. Now, I can see where he's coming from because I am actually not a tall guy at all, but with the positioning of my mirrors on this bike, my arms are in the way. And I've tried moving them and everything like that, you know, the angle on both sides, so the pivot and then the ball rotation, and it sucks. They do suck. Now granted, I've got these little gaps here that I can put them in, but I can bear with what I've got. So at the moment, you know, I can safely see, even though it's a pain in the arse, I can see, bloody hell, it's steep, it'll get steeper, and that lot. But anyway, so MotoVloggers have influenced me on getting a bike, but not how I ride. Now, I never really actually had the aspiration of riding until I discovered that people were on YouTube motovlogging. The fact that they had a camera on the side of the helmet or at the bottom or on the chest piece or whatever really gave me a good position of view to get an experience and feel like I'm the person riding, you know, a good simulation feel. And I don't know, with a lot of people on the bigger bikes or, you know, just happily cruising along in the nice sunny weather, which you don't really get in the UK, but anyway, in decent weather, it kind of caught to me in some form of way. Now I've had the option to do driving tests, but right now I'm 18 years old, and you know, most 18-year-olds money is tight, so the next thing that they go to is a bike. Now typically you get your chavs on a scooter, and then that's it, they'll go get a car and then race on and all that lot. And I had a scooter, and you know, you do that in odd bike to a lot of other riders, and you get nothing back. But that's because, like I just said, typically my jeans are in a horrible place. There we go. Typically the person that rides the scooter is normally a keyboard warrior or an armman or whatever, give or take, you know. There's this lovely gent that I always give a nod and nods back, who rides a scooter, has one for a while now, but I don't know what it was. I think it was just these riders, you know, that I kept on watching on YouTube that made me want to carry on riding, and how, you know, it affects the soul, let's say, that's riding. Now the bike's not massive that I'm on, it's got 124 cc's or 125, whatever, and you can't really throw it about, sorry, you can't really launch it about. You can throw it about, it's light as hell. You know, it's really easy just to flick this thing around, but the experience that they have whilst riding just looks awesome. So granted, I can't quite get the thrill as much through speed, but I can through maneuverability. and the fact that I can, oh, fuck me, and the fact that I can filter and stuff like that, which not, you know, you can't do in a car. You don't get in a car. The whole thing of this simulated riding, but on YouTube, except from you're in the seat, you know, directly in front of your computer monitor or whatever it is, it gives you this feeling of, okay, yeah, at the moment I don't have a massive bike, but I can pretend I am because I'm with these guys. And most of the time, when they are vlogging, what they are saying makes sense. Having this, you know, person talk sense whilst riding something that you're riding because they've got a passion for it. Yeah, it just sounds a bit, you know, homo kind of thing, but I don't know what it was. It made me want to ride a lot, so that's now why I'm riding. They also give me plans in the future because, you know, these guys have been doing things for a while that I will be able to do in the future, like go on a track, you know, get your knee down, tour the world or certain places. I know BVG just did how many countries in 24 hours. You know, that kind of stuff is what I want to do. It's a sense of adventure that you get on a bike, you don't in a car. Exploring is something I really want to do. And in fact, I really want to stick with motovlogging and bring you guys with this adventure that I have planned in my head. And having said that, I am going to chuck up a poll online that I previously had about where I should go. Now I've got, obviously, as much as I would like your user input. There are certain places that I would just genuinely want to go, which I kind of want to base it around. And, you know, it's good. It's kind of like being a bit of a RE teacher, but not, because they do the, you know, the reading up and all that, a lot of religions and cultures and stuff like that. Whereas we just don't have to do any of the reading up part. We just jump out on his bike and go and be a part of that culture whilst riding. and stuff like that is really up my street because I am lazy as hell. You know, I hate reading. I can't genuinely, honestly say I've ever read a book fully. Even when we had to do them in English lessons where, what's this thing, Of Mice and Men, George Shoots Lenny, or whatever, Lenny, yeah, I don't know, yeah, George Shoots Lenny. Even then I skipped chapters out because I just couldn't be bothered. I hated reading That's a Secret Camera. And I've just, you know, I don't like reading. I just like doing. You know, so I want to just get on my bike, get a plane over to somewhere, possibly leave the bike. It gives, you know, depends on what I can afford at the time and what you guys want me to do at the time and what I'm actually riding at the time. You know, so it all depends, but I have huge aspirations for motovlogging, really big aspirations. But yeah, riders like that, you know, riding with Tom, like I mentioned, Spicy, RJ, Royal Jordanian, Tasty Ham Sandwich, Orca GT, many people that I'd love to catch, you know, Jet the Gardens, Chase, you know, yeah, there's loads and loads of people that, oh, I should have let that down and let him go, actually, bit of a loser for not doing that. Loads of people out there that you should all go check out and watch, because at the moment this video is a bit unstable and steady and it's not really got any order to it, but that's because it's kind of a new thing talking to myself whilst wanting to be able to make sense for people watching it, because I don't want to be making them bored out of the fucking skull, which is probably the case. Come on, they've been green for ages. So yeah, I mean, obviously as time goes by, sorry, the videos will be much more ordered, and that makes sense, and you probably will essentially come out with a schedule. Like I mentioned earlier, there might be a schedule, and now that's not because of what I can talk about, that's because of personal life, which is something completely different. But yeah, that is really why I ride, because vloggers have put videos up, and the people that are genuine, funny, have a passion for riding, and do stuff that we can't do because, well, sorry, that I can't do because I've not yet got the right experience or the place to do so. And that's what I want to do, have the experience and be able to do the stuff that they do now. So yeah, that's it guys, I will see you in the next vlog.